So today I'm going to show you how to make this cheap little throwing knife, which I made this one in about probably half hour, probably actually 20 minutes. It's really good. My deepest throw actually went up to there. And the reason why it's covered in grass is because my dad had just mowed the lawn. So yeah. And so in order to make it, what I'm using is a hacksaw, a file. I don't know what type of file this is or whatnot, but pretty much any kind of file will work. Then I'm using a smaller file to make the edges a little more sharp, and a piece of welding steel I got cheap at my local Rona for about 10 bucks. So far I have made a machete and another knife, which failed because, yeah. But what I did here was I got a piece of metal, found what would be my, what would be a good length for me, which is about 6.25 inches, or about or about 16 centimeters. Yeah, pretty much bang on. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, just with my hacksaw that has a metal cutting blade on it, I'm just going to start cutting away at that, which does not take that long. So stick around. And then just kind of keep cutting right after you get sanded, and then just start cutting at it. So yeah, a little bit, which is enough to keep the blade in place. So just enough. The table's also pretty wobbly, so yeah. So now what I am going to do is mark out a 90-degree thin from a 90-degree angle here, and a matching one on the other side, so that they come up to a point. We'll do that right now. So now that I have done that, let's see, 90-degree thin. Holy, what is with me and words today? It is a 90-degree angle that is kind of perpendicular with the blade. Now also what you could do here, but I'm not going to right now, is make a slight angle from here to probably around here, so that way it's a little more comfortable to hold on to. But right now I'm just going to make a very crude one to show how quickly you can make it and how effective it actually is. So I'm going to cut that right now. So I just cut it. Now you can see it's a little bit off, because the first cut was a little bit outside of the line, second one was a bit inside. But that doesn't really matter, because, well, I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be made in like about 20 minutes. It's actually, like, for you it's probably only been about 2 minutes, but for me so far it's been about 7 minutes in. No, like 5, 6. But it doesn't really matter if it's perfect. And you also don't need to use a 90-degree angle. You could use maybe a 45 or a like thinner or wider or whatever. But just remember, the wider it is, the stronger it's gonna be, but the less penetrating power. the thinner it is, the more penetrating power, but the weaker it's going to be. But right now, what I'm going to do is just clamp that in. And then with the file at what I'm just going to eyeball about a 45-degree angle. I'm going to cut about, focus, halfway through this steel right here on both sides so that it'll meet in the middle and create a blade. And also, since this is welding steel, you can't really heat treat it. I mean, like, you probably could, but it probably won't make much of a difference. So I'm not even gonna bother. Plus, it's cheap. You can make this in 5 minutes. I don't really care about it. But yeah, I will come out with a video later showing you how to make a better one of these. Probably more detailed, with a better steel. And also probably with that video on how to temper and create a proper edge. So I'm going to file that right now. Be right back. So now I have both edges down. Well, actually I don't on the normal one, but it is getting kind of late. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to show you the rest of the, what are they called, steps on this one, which is used. Now, it's not exactly sharp enough to cut something, but if it has a bit of speed or force, it will cut through. So what you're gonna do is you will just clamp it in, and with the small file, what you'll do is just kind of go lightly, and then once you get it kind of sharp, what you'll do is just grab it and then just start going like this. Now, that is definitely sharper than that. And I just did that for about like 5 seconds. But if you actually spent some time on that, you could get this really sharp. And you can also make it a lot wider so you can cut more. But this is good enough for now. And as I said, it is getting dark out. So I am going to show you the rest of the steps tomorrow. Or not the rest of the steps, this is done. I am going to show you the throwing. And I don't have an actual target, so it's just going to be into the ground. Maybe I'll set up a couple logs. So, yeah, I'll be right back tomorrow. For you, it'll be a second.